from BBC London, the residents who fear losing their homes after a Chinese mega embassy is given the go-ahead. Good evening. People living near to what's soon to be a huge Chinese embassy say they fear they'll eventually be forced out of their homes. It's after the government approved controversial plans for the old Royal Mint. Residents in flats nearby say they're also concerned about disruption and security. Layla Hayes reports.
We're really concerned about CCTV looking in on us, monitoring what's going on, and they're landlords, so they have the right to enter.
For 27 years, Mark Nygate has lived in flats behind the former Royal Mint, which will soon become the site of the new Chinese embassy. Like many locals here, he now worries for his future.
We're concerned about our safety, security and privacy. Our flats are actually so close to where the living quarters of the embassy is going to be that they aren't going to want us there. So we're also concerned about being moved on. How would they do it? So that's where we're at.
You think you could be evicted?
I think we could be evicted.
Dave Lake has lived here for more than 30 years and says his flat will now be directly overlooked.
This fence you see here is the only secure thing that they're saying is going to separate us from them. And we fear for, spying, what are they getting up to? Let's have a look.
At 20,000 square metres, China's new London embassy would be the biggest of its kind anywhere in Europe. The new embassy will be right opposite the Tower of London and close to the City of London. And that's why there are also fears about national security. On Saturday, hundreds took to the streets to protest against the plans. The Chinese embassy have said they condemn what they call the despicable slandering by anti-China elements against the new embassy project. But this Conservative councillor says it should never have been given the green light.
This is a World Heritage Site. It's the Tower of London. I'm looking at it. Tower Bridge. As I say to everybody, can you just imagine the French saying they would put an embassy of this size next to the Eiffel Tower? They're laughing at us.
The government says the decision to approve the embassy is now final, unless it can be successfully challenged in court. Local residents say they will now launch a judicial review to do exactly that. Layla Hayes, BBC London.
The NBA marked its return to London at the weekend with a sellout game at the O2. All those who run the National Basketball Association want to get more young people here involved, so they're introducing them to a smaller version of the game with 3 players on each side. Chris Legg explains.
Fun and games in East London as school children were introduced to 3-against-3 basketball in a session put on by the NBA.
I just love seeing kids getting active, knowing that there's opportunities in sport, in basketball. This is just the foundations to opening up a pathway to just more, whether that's as a player, as a coach, as a referee, or just a career in sports.
City Hall also believes in the power of basketball. On Friday, the Mayor announced an extra £1.5 million funding to upgrade courts and increase coaching opportunities.
Morant from downtown.
The news timed to coincide with the NBA's return to London on Sunday after 7 years away. The NBA hopes to launch a European League by the end of next year, including a team from London. Here's what the NBA Commissioner told the BBC this weekend.
Young people grow up playing basketball here. They're very familiar with the sport. It may be the infrastructure hasn't existed here where we have a top-tier European basketball team right now, and maybe that's part of the reason there isn't as strong a following. But at the same time, we see from the streams that we provide through, whether it's through Sky or Amazon Prime now, there is tremendous interest in the game in this market.
Back in East London, this 3v3 session was also laid on by the London Marathon organisers, who are inviting schools to enter their free tournament by the end of January.
The beauty of 3v3 is it's fast pace. They have 12 seconds to shoot or to do something with the ball. It's a 10-minute game or 21 points. And it's just great because it really empowers the children.
What makes 3v3 more exciting to you?
I think less players is not more people get less nervous.
I prefer this one because everybody in a team gets like a turn to shoot.
Basketball's future in London looks bright.
1, 2, 3.
Chris Slegg, BBC London.
And finally, bringing some much-needed brightness into this long, dark month, the Winter Lights Festival has returned to Canary Wharf. Starting tonight, it's free and is lit up from 5 until 10 every evening. Well, the event features 16 installations and is on until the end of the month. Let's hope the weather holds up for it. Here's Kate with the forecast.
Good evening. Rain overnight tonight. For some, it could be quite heavy, pushed along by a fairly fresh breeze. Now, it will clear away north and eastwards, turning showery but drier by dawn, with a few clearer spells developing. Minimum temperature very much above zero, between 5 and 7 Celsius. Breezy start to Wednesday, and for most a dry start, but it's short-lived. The cloud increases and the heavy rain moves north. It is going to be a wet and blustery day through Wednesday, but despite that, the temperature's still getting up into double figures with a max for around 11 Celsius. As we head overnight Wednesday into Thursday, further outbreaks of rain, and it is going to stay unsettled through Thursday and through Friday. Dry for the weekend, and temperatures getting colder into next week.
Now, if you missed it, do head to our website to see the incredible views from the new roof walk at the Alexandra Palace. We're back tomorrow. From all of us here on the Late Team, do have a very good night. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.